Hello there, this is Cindy at cindybdesigns.com. Thank you for joining me today. You'll have to forgive how I sound. I haven't had a real allergy pill in a week, and every now and then I have to give myself that break because they keep me up at night because I have to take the behind-the-counter ones, and it's either sleep or suffer, so I'm, suffering right now. Yeah, allergies are fun. I wanted to share with you my November 2025 card class to go. And this month we're going to be using the Jolly Delivery or North Pole Delivery Suite Collection. And, I've got everything here. I've taken it apart pretty well, over the past month or so since I've had it. But I wanted to, go over again with you what's in this Suite Collection. We're doing 4 easy cards, great cards. There'll be stills over them, over on the Card Kit to Go page. There's a tab for it on my website, and this video will be tucked underneath there as well. And so how that works there is I'm just showing you what I'm doing. No measurements or anything like that. But, a $50 order will get you, the class for free, and I'll send you everything you need to make it, except for the stamps. And, again, those details are over there. $75, you'll get the class and, PDF with a $50 order too. And then I'm going to throw in some Pearls of Beauty gems for you, as a thank you. And then I'm also updating my mystery boxes, which will be done in a few days. So be sure to go ahead and take a look over there. But for the Jolly Delivery Stamp Suite Collection, or North Pole Delivery, this really super cute stamp set, good line art, color, watercolor, paint, whatever you want to do with it. Watercolor pencils, great sentiments there. Then you get these 2 die cuts, and these cut out all the images, and it's like a postal theme oriented kind of class in a sense. And then you get these gems with it, and the colors in the Suite Collection are, it's a long one: basic black, Cajun craze, cherry cobbler, crumb cake, early espresso, flirty flamingo, garden green, gray granite, pecan pie, petal pink, pool party, poppy parade, pumpkin pie, and very vanilla. So these are my scraps I have going on. And you know what? I'm going to need these back. Also in the Suite Collection is this just white ribbon. And it's really, really fuzzy. So we'll be using that today. And then I brought in a couple more things from outside the Suite Collection. But everything you need to make these cards, the designer series paper, cardstock that's embossed, the card bases, all of that, sentiment strips, I'll go ahead and get that out to you. And the die cuts and everything. So you get 2 sheets of ephemera here, again, great for scrapbookers. And they're completely different, and they cover all the images in this Suite Collection. And then we have like this little delivery truck one. And then the garden green postage. These cute little animals here. These can be fussy cut out. I think the dachshund maybe. Let me take a look. We have dies that will do, well, I'm going to get this done right rather than say we do have dies. I'm going to check because this looks about right. Okay, yay, cool. I think, I'm not standing up. It might be, well, you know what, try it. And if you have to snip around it, snip around it. That's super cute dachshund. So I'm nowhere near done with the Suite Collection yet, playing with it. And from here on out, we're pretty much going to be on a Christmas roll. I might do another Thanksgiving project, I'm not sure. I'll wing it. Then we have these envelopes here, and on the flip side of that is this larger sheet of that. Kind of like the snow pattern. And another critter designer series paper. And then we get all these post boxes, and then kind of like this scenery here. And I think I covered a good portion of what's in this Suite Collection for our club, but I think you'll be happy. Our first card's super, super easy. I've got petal pink cardstock here, and then there's 2 letters from the ephemera pack in our Suite Collection. This ribbon here is from, Traditions of Christmas, and it coordinates beautifully. Then I also brought in Forever Plaid, traditional labels, stamp set, and the dies, and then happy labels. And the cool thing about this here is that with this, the edge of the punch, you'll see it in the last card, I think. It's kind of postagey a little bit, like how a stamp would look in real life. So I thought that was cool. So the first thing I wanted to do with this is just grab my adhesive and put a little bit on the back, if I can get it going. Right about there. And I have to adjust something over here real quick, and I apologize. Okay, and right about here. And then I am just going to, I need to make sure I put it on the right side. Okay, I did. Because these mailboxes are all sorts of different ways, but depending on where you cut it in the designer series paper, excuse me, you're going to be able to tell which way is right side up. So I'm just going to pop that ribbon down right about here, and hopefully my lines are straight. Straight enough. And we are just going to get this adhered to the back of our card there. Move this out of the way. And then, you know, top to bottom, left to right, I'm going to put this over on the left side. More so like that. And then we're going to pop down our sentiment right about, I don't want to, you know, get the ribbon off too much. Right about there. And then I already put Stampin' Initials on the back of what I need to, so, you know, to make this go by quick. And then we are going to pop this guy. I'm trying to find a cool way to do this. Right about there. And I put them on this way so that I can kind of get them all together and adhere them where I need to. I had that X on the back because I kind of changed plans at the last second. But you know what? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just grabbed some liquid adhesive and popped that on. You know, the one that's still going empty. Okay, that works. Get this out of the way. And then let's go ahead and pop on some. You can also stamp the side of this if you would like to with the image that's coming up next I did on our next card. We have like a present image that would have been really cute, or, you know, a postal image or something like that. But I'm going to cover the gap, or, you know, close the gap just a little bit. There, I'm going to have our little North Pole delivery dots. And I think I want to do, no, let's keep the same colors. Kind of makes it easier that way. And then I'll pop a large one right up there. And then that is it for our first card. Really, really easy. And I went ahead into the inside for you too. And that's it for that one. For our second card, I'm going to bring it in real quick. And I use the package image. That's what I meant about you can stamp that along there if you like to fill in that space, if you don't like that gap. So that one, that card right there, that's going to focus more so on well, you know, the town square kind of thing. So I have garden green here. This is going to be the inside. And then I cut a strip of very vanilla cardstock. And then I have some more of that designer series paper. And I'm just going to get that on the back. And with this here, you want to pay attention to your top and bottom margins because it is going to go side to side. And I need need to stand up in a minute because I can tell I'm getting stuff crooked. I just feel like dirt today, so I don't feel like standing up. And it's these allergies. Okay, we're going to keep this really simple. We'll get some adhesive on the back of this panel here. And I want to pop that like right... I was going to say up there, but I don't have... You know what? It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I'm going to go down, though, just in case. Because my bear there is pretty large. And then I have a little bit of overhang here, but I'll trim it off later on. I am just going to get our sentiment, because I don't want too much beige on beige up there. I want the bear to fit in too. And I can, let's do that. So I don't want my flag hanging over. So I'm going to pop these off and then get that down. Now, I will tell you, Thanksgiving week, I will not have any videos for you. There might be a blog post, you know, pre-scheduled. And I might even get some done for you before that if I work ahead. But right off the bat, I won't have any unless I do work ahead. So I just want to, you know, prepare you for that. And if I do, it'll probably be December's card club, which is going to take us into products for the new year, you know, the spring catalog. So that would be fun to, you know, come by and check out. So I'll do my best to do that. Put some glue on the back of there and pop down our little bear. Oh, you know what? I got a Stampin' dimensional right there that's kind of, I wasn't counting on that. So we have to do a little bit of surgery again to this, and I need to pull it off. Oh, I hate it when this happens, but it's going to be okay because we're going to glue our bear down now. It'll straighten out nicely. And you know, another idea, way back in the day, I don't know if they still have now because I haven't even really looked. You know, there's like mini irons. I might put a dimensional underneath this pot to keep it down like a baby one that we used to use to you take it to like wrinkled iron. No, yeah, wrinkled iron. You would like iron the wrinkles out of your ribbon. Okay, that went well, huh? And that's a good idea for something like that. And I've done it with some things that I've done before because, you know, I do keep stuff like that. And this is going to look so much better once I sneak that under there. And nobody will ever have to know. And I will, you know, iron this out before I take pictures. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on to our third card now. Now, our third card is easy as can be. I have a pool party cardstock, you know, top folding A2. I did end up putting 3 petal pink, 3 of these on our second card there. And again, that'll be in the pictures. And then I took a piece of designer series paper and I cut that down to size. And then already stamped our sentiment. And then we're using that little doxy. Got Stampin' dimensionals on the back of that. And all we're going to do with this one, like I said, really easy. And these card sketches, they're timeless, okay? Good for any occasion, any product, anything like that. So I am going to get this down, move it over a little bit, because that went down kind of quick. Okay, so I want to do this one, and then grab my other piece. Put more liquid adhesive on the back of that. And I'm going to lay that one down right underneath that with, you know, a little bit of room. if I didn't blow it too bad, this is all going to line up right, because I should have, yeah, we're going to wing it a little bit. But, you know, it's okay. I'm going to use allergies as my reason for, you know, my brain deadness right about now. Because you know when your head gets super clogged up and you're just like, ugh, I can't deal with this anymore. Okay, more adhesive on the back. I hope you can see this because I haven't been looking, but I think so. And then if anything, I might just, you know, trim up this bottom a little bit to make myself feel better. But unlike me, I'm sure that you will practice, lay this out so you don't have to do this. But you know what? We all end up doing it sooner or later, no matter what, how expertly executed, you know, your plan was. Maybe a teeny tiny bit more. Just a sliver. And it's small enough to where it can like almost get caught in your, you know, your track there. So for this one, I'm just going to grab, what is it with this not starting? Some seal. Get this all the way around. And I'm going to pop this right in the middle. You know, again, you can stamp whatever you want to. Okay, I gotta stand up and you're gonna hear like a lot of creaking. Probably it was just my bones. Okay. And I need to get this down like top to bottom, okay. And don't worry, when I send you your stuff, it'll be cut right and turn out right. And then we're gonna pop our little dachshund on. You know, again, these are really simple, easy cards to complete in an afternoon. And, you know, if you got to whip something out quick. We're going to pop our doxy right about there, that cute little thing. And then let's go ahead and do green. Or do I want to do pink again? Let's do pink. So pop that right about there. And then another one right there. And where am I going with this one? Right there. So that is card number 3. And then here's the inside of that. Really super cute. And we will move on to card number 4. So for card number 4, this again is just another cute, simple, easy one. And I have a garden green top folding card base. I have some Poppy Parade, and that went through the Forever Plaid embossing folder. And then I've got a piece of designer series paper. This is going to be like, you know, our mat for our sentiment and everything like that. And then a piece of ribbon that's going to go across here. And I'll have to put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that, or maybe not. But I'm guessing I will, just for the simple fact that, you know, I've got some, I'm getting some dimension from that ribbon. And then I've got that texture too from the embossed cardstock there. So I want to get this laid down right on top of that. And for this one, I do want to leave just a little margin. Like that, as you can see, you know, all the way around, 1/8 of an inch or something like that. And then I am going to wrap a piece of this ribbon. And you know what? Don't be afraid to use up your ribbon because, you know, I was going through my mystery boxes, you know, packing them up. And it was like, oh my gosh, you know, I could have used so much more of this, but we all get in the mindset, well, I got to save it. Or save it for that special project that you never get around to. Because I am very, very guilty of that. Okay, let's make sure this goes down right. Okay, I'm like looking at how my other end is, and it's right there. I think we can get away with this, putting it down with just regular seal, then popping it up. Again, you know, that's something that's really up to you. So I want to, you know, kind of do a good job with this a little bit, but not get my sweater into it. So we are going to pop that, make sure I got it right. Right about, I guess not there. Okay. I am happy with that. Now I want to get these two. They were kind of flying a little bit. Then pop this down right there, you know, top to bottom, left to right, all that good stuff. Now I do want to put, I should have done this earlier. I do want to put this on dimensionals because it's going to go down, which way is this way, like that. And if it sits on top, that's just, it is too bulky. So I'm just going to pop 4 on there because the ribbon in the middle, as crazy as this sounds, it will kind of hold it up a little bit. So that way you're not going to have anything sagging in the middle, which is the case a lot of times when, if you don't put something in the middle there. Get the backs off these dimensionals. And hopefully next week will be fun, or later on this week will be fun. I'm doing this on Friday. I guess we're supposed to have summer 2.0, and I'm looking forward to that. Okay, good. I got it right side up. Let's just go ahead and put that right about there. And I'm using the lines in the embossing folder to, you know, help a little bit. So I've got this and that, and that's going to go arranged, you know, kind of like that a little bit. I just wasn't sure where to put, you know, my adhesive yet. But I do know that our little postage stamp here, that is going to go. And you want to pay attention to the orientation of that. I think it looked kind of weird all the way up there. So I'm going to put it right about there. And I'm going to take a visual cue, sort of, like where to stop putting the adhesive on this. And, you know, before I put that down, I want to make sure it's all going to fit. Okay, I'm good, I'm good. And that, I will have to go dig for that in a second. I'll go look for it right now. Okay, good. Because that is going to stay there real nicely for you. You don't need a Stampin' Dimensional there, but if you want to put one, you know, feel free to do so. And then for this, I have it arranged the right way. And you know, I don't care if it's wonky or not, because I do want a decent angle, but hey, that's it. Oh, hold on. I need to grab a piece of my, this kind of tape. Just to tack that down real quick. And grab my Stampin' Dimensionals. And I want to sneak one right underneath that, the top left. Which I should be able to do. And I'm at a weird angle, because I can't see where I'm putting it. Okay, that did not work. But you know what, when that happens, you just kind of shove it down there a little bit more. and it will be fine. And then let's just put like a little bit. Okay, that worked out. Adhesive right there. Let that get set up a little bit. And while we are doing that, how about if we do, where's my pokey tool? Well, I've got enough green in here. Let's do some blue. Let's do some blue. And that is going to be pool party. Okay, we'll go, why not? Something just a little bit different, but you can still see pool party in that truck down there. I might move this. No, I'm going to leave it as stuck down. And, you know, you'll get your, these jewels in your kit too. So, yeah, that's just right about there. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. So this is November. Holly Jolly Delivery. I think that's what it's called. Jolly Delivery. So these are the cards that we made today. I want to make sure that you're in your line of sight. And I do thank you for joining me. I will see you back on Friday. And I think I'm going to do Modern Christmas, and that's part of our online exclusives. I haven't broken that up with you yet, I don't think. I did a few concept art cards, but that was it. But I do thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter, hit like and subscribe, feel free to share, and leave a comment. So I will see you again on Friday with another video.